Today I'm going to talk about 5 different ways to believe in yourself. And let's just start. The first way is through controlling your thoughts. And you never get 100% control in your thoughts. So I'll put it in little E marks, control. Where you want to go with this, you want to start meditating and paying attention to your thoughts. And a lot of our thinking is actually negative and self-critical. Where does that negative and self-critical line of thought come from? Well, actually, it becomes from our authority figures that we followed when we were young. Often we'll get negative feedback from a teacher or a parent or an older sibling or whoever it is the authority figure. And basically, what we do in order to avoid that criticism or to avoid that negative confrontation with somebody is sometimes we criticize ourselves first. And so when somebody's about to criticize you for being fat, you say it first. You go, oh, I know I'm fat. And then that's how that negative thought gets implanted in your mind. Because you're beating that bully to the punch by saying it first, but you're not realizing it, that you are programming it into your mind and you are making yourself fat by accident. So how do you find all that stuff out in your mind, all that garbage or negative thinking you may have accidentally picked up at some point in your life? Is you tune in and you meditate and you pay attention to your thoughts. And then you start picking up on where they may have come from. And it could be from something recent too. So that's where I am going to go back to my second tip, and that is to be very careful with the people you are surrounding yourself with. You want to make sure the people in your life are positive and saying positive things about you and that they trust you and treat you like an adult. If they do not, then they are people you should consider removing from your life. Basically, our negative thoughts often come from negative people. So if there's a negative person in your life saying that you can't do it, they're your haters, they're saying, why would you do this? You're going to make a fool of yourself. Go focus on something else. All those people who are negative in your life, you have to kick them out. You have to make sure you're not talking to them and block them. If they're harassing you and they're messaging you, block them and don't talk to them. And kick them out of your life as efficiently as possible. Now, sometimes these negative people can be long-term relationships with bosses, or they are long-term relationships with family members, and you can't kick them out that easily. In that sense, what's very helpful, I know that kicking them out is the best, but if you can't kick them out or you don't want to, it's not reasonable for some reason, set very strong boundaries and limit your time with them as much as you can. Stay away from them as much as you can and give them space. And that's also a very good strategy if you can't kick people out of your life for some reason. And then number 3, and this is related to number 2, is that you want to check out people who inspire you, people who are positive. RuPaul is a big one for me because he speaks out on behalf of gay people. He allows people who are gay to be their authentic selves, especially when they want to cross-dress and other people don't accept that. He was the one who paved the way for them. And because you see all these drag queens loving themselves and accepting their bodies for who they really are, that actually has a positive ripple effect to us bio women who watch them, because we realize, oh, those gentlemen dress like women and they have the courage to be their true, authentic selves. Why can I not unconditionally love and accept my body the way it is? I'm a natural woman, right? Like, there's no reason not to. So, yeah, that is something that you want to keep as a positive influence in your life. You want to follow people who inspire you, who have positive messages and positive things to say. And you want to eliminate as much as possible things like the news and watching politicians who are negative and doing bad things in society, or even negative information about environment and documentaries. Like, to a certain extent, I think it's good to watch that information and to be aware if you are committed to changing your behavior. But if there's just something really bad going on in the world and you can't do very much about it, sometimes it's kind of toxic to watch So it's actually better to not watch it. So I'll let you decide what is appropriate to watch and what isn't appropriate to watch in terms of documentaries. Be very careful with the news. That's definitely a big one that's very negative for people. And stay away from other negative influences such as like musicians or video games. Some of them are positive. I'm not going to knock them all and say everything in entertainment is bad, but stay away from the stuff that makes you feel bad. And then number 4 is praise yourself. Write down positive self-affirmations and make sure that they are something genuine that you believe about yourself. It could be very simple, like I am good enough. It could be something very fantastical, like I am a millionaire. Whatever it is, make sure it's believable and you enjoy saying it and you feel good saying it. That's the most important thing, because when you feel good about it, it's going to sink in. And you may even want to exercise while you're saying your affirmations. That's a really good power tip, is to do something physical with your body that feels good while you're saying the affirmation rather than just sitting still. Because sitting still is kind of a low frequency vibration for our body. Our bodies don't feel good when we're sitting. And so doing positive things or saying positive things about yourself while you're running or you're stretching or you're doing yoga, that is going to give your affirmations an even more powerful boost that will allow them to sink in because your body is feeling good while you're saying it to yourself. And then the last tip to achieving your belief in yourself is to actually write down what you want and start taking action on your goals. So when you're affirming things about yourself, like I am a good person, you want to make sure you're behaving in good ways, right? I know that sounds basic. And most of us, it's pretty well programmed into us to behave well and to be good people, for those good people out there. But for other people, they don't have the same moral standards. They may be caught in feelings of guilt and shame, and that causes them to behave badly. That's a good thing to know about people behaving badly. They're often caught in some kind of negative pattern. Not that you should justify or allow their behavior, but it's just good to know that it's not about you per se, or that you're not worthy of good behavior. It's about them. And you want to affirm everything that's good about yourself and then follow it up with action. If you want to be good to the environment, like you want to consider things that basically help enhance your environmental footprint, you know? Like sometimes I take the bus to places because I want to reduce my carbon footprint even though I have a car. Or sometimes I might walk somewhere. Same thing. I exercise and I reduce my carbon footprint even more and save money. So doing things that help you, or if you're trying to save money, taking little action steps to save money on groceries or gas whenever you can will help you feel good about your finances, that you're doing everything you can to propel yourself forward financially, for example. So whatever those goals are, whatever speaks to you, I mean, maybe for some people, they're not concerned about finance because they're born in a lot of affluence, but they are concerned about diet. And then for another person, they're not concerned about finances, but they want to do good to the planet and they want to eat a diet that's vegetarian, for example, because that will reduce their carbon footprint. Whatever it is for you, there's no right or wrong. Like, there's no one agenda that we should all follow. We are unique people and we have different missions in life, and we should find the one that's a good fit for us and feels good for us, and then write it into our goals and then put it into practice and put it into action. I hope you all enjoyed this video about how to believe in yourself. I think all these 5 steps to watch your thoughts, surround yourself with nice, like-minded people, follow things in the media that are positive and uplifting, control your editorial that you have going on for yourself and make sure that you have really nice things to say to yourself, and then work on goals that are important to you. All of these things are really, really good steps that will help you believe in yourself. And I hope you have a lovely evening. Take care.